the channel right now. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today on the channel right now we are taking a look at Fortnite and animatronics, because we have recently watched the Five Nights at Freddy's movie and now we're watching Willy's Wonderland. So that is two animatronic based films, and I'm going to be putting them up against each other and seeing which one's better. We've already looked at Five Nights at Freddy's and I gave that one a 6 out of 10, but Willy's Wonderland came out 2 years ago today, and let's see if it holds up or if it is better than Five Nights at Freddy's. So yeah, we're all about animatronics here on the channel. We're going to be doing some more Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, celebrating the movie's release. I know I'm a couple of weeks late to it, but I have finally watched it and I am back on the Five Nights at Freddy's hype train and the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom train. So let's get it. This is Five Nights at Freddy's in Fortnite time, the double Fs. And, yeah, Willy's Wonderland is the next one, because it is very similar to Five Nights at Freddy's. And it is an Amazon Prime exclusive, and it is where a man's car breaks down in a town in the middle of nowhere. He takes a janitorial job at Willy's Wonderland to pay off the repairs. He soon finds himself in the dark world of terrifying creatures. So how this movie starts off is two people are being killed in Willy's Wonderland. It is very gory. It is very sort of bloodthirsty, and blood splatters everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. But it starts off with two people being killed in Willy's Wonderland. We don't get to see the animatronic. We just see them get killed. It then flips over to Nicolas Cage, who says not a word in this film, I'll have you know. He does not speak this entire film, and it really bugged me. But we have Nicolas Cage car his tyres get popped by this X on the road with some spikes in it, which the police lady dropped accidentally. He gets picked up by the nearest pickup guy. He gets taken back to the town. He tells him, this is going to be like £2,000. Nicolas Cage tries to give him his card, and he's like, I don't take that plastic crap, cash only. But the ATMs are all down. None of the ATMs work in the town, so he offers him a job at Willy's Wonderland to pay off the repairs. He only needs to work there one night, and that's very sketchy. £2,000 to work at Willy's Wonderland for one night. But anyway, he accepts the job. He gets led around by Diggity from the Diggity Dome from Fairly Odd Parents, basically the same guy. Diggadon Diggadon. Oh, I forgot whatever his name is, but he shows him around, makes him part of the team, and then he gets to cleaning. He tells him to make sure to take plenty of breaks, so he works for an hour, has a 15-minute break, works for an hour, has a 15-minute break. That's basically how this film goes. So he takes the job and starts cleaning. There's then an angsty teen who's trying to burn the place down. Her mum handcuffs her to a radiator, her friends go and bail her out, and they head back to Willy's. Meanwhile, the ostrich starts moving and threatening our character of Nicolas Cage here. Nicolas Cage doesn't really give a shit, and he beats the shit out of the ostrich and wins the fight. He rips out his throat and then goes back to cleaning, takes his break, drinks his can, plays a pinball machine. He then goes and finishes his break, cleans the bathroom. A gorilla attacks him. He destroys the gorilla, curb stomps him into a urinal. He then takes another break, drinks another can, and this is when there's people trying to tell him, hey, get out, we're setting it on fire, we're burning this place to the ground. He then ignores them, continues on with his break. They then bust in. Well, the lead girl busts in and sort of takes charge, trying to find him. She gets attacked in the vents. She's quite sus, traveling through the vents like Among Us. And, when she's doing that, she gets attacked by the crocodile. She jumps out into a forest and gets attacked by a siren. And she then meets up with Nicolas Cage at the main stage, after being attacked by the siren. Everyone else made it to the roof because they didn't come out in a while yet, or they haven't seen them in a while. They then fall through the roof into a ball pit, and then they go meet Nicolas Cage in the kitchen. But two of them stay behind, the two lovebirds, and they go to the Happy Time Fun Room. We then learn that the backstory of Willy's, where there was 8 creepy dudes who brought this place to life. They made it, and they were killing families. They were serial killers. When the law enforcement finally decided to investigate and sort of ambush the place, I'm gonna put it, or like go to the place to see what was up. All they found was all the dead bodies of the people on the floor, in a sadistic ritual, a satanist ritual, a devil ritual to sort of put your soul into the animatronic. So then this guy, the diggity dome dude, opened it back up. The animatronics weren't doing it as he was told. They were saying things and they were doing things. And then he hired a bulldozer crew to come and do it. The leader of that got eaten by the animatronics, so no one else would accept the job. So they put, demons there. They just let them sleep. We then find out that they started attacking the townspeople when no one was going in. So they made a deal with the animatronics to provide people for them to eat, which is what Nicolas Cage is doing. The two lovebirds start having sex in the sort of happy time fun room. They start making love and doing the nasty. They then get eaten by the crocodile, and the main 4 other teens get attacked in the kitchen, in the main sort of hall bit. The Vine guy, because for whatever reason there's a guy from Vine here, gets stabbed by the knight, which it sends the other 2 to run away. One of them gets killed and eaten by the siren and the turtle. The other one then gets strangled by a lizard after calling the police. So the cops are now on their way. There's 2 cops, the angsty teen's mum and someone that she called in as backup. Nicolas Cage then comes in, kills the knight, and then goes in to have another break. They then go to fight the lizard, but then he goes to have a break, leaving the girl there on her own. Once he's had his break, he then strangles the lizard and tries to take her to the door. But that's when the police arrive. They handcuff him and make him a sacrifice, handcuffing the girl and putting her in the car, putting her under house arrest. Once they locked him back inside, the 2 that started moving towards him were the chameleon and the siren. So the policeman and the girl are in the car. They start arguing. The turtle kills the guy because he was hiding on the roof of the car. Don't know how the turtle got on the roof of the car. But then the girl started beating him with the shotgun, and because it had no bullets in it, so she started beating him with the shotgun, and he was begging for mercy, so she decided to give mercy and go back to Willy's. And in the meantime, Nicolas Cage killed the siren and the chameleon. Don't know how he was handcuffed, but he managed it. And all this time, he's still cleaning up the place. The bathroom was grim. Like, he was fucking nasty. And he managed to clean it. But then he continued, and it was literally just Willy left. He went on a break, started taking the rubbish outside. The policewoman saw him, pushed him back inside, and that's when he noticed Willy moved. Willy then killed the police officer, and then Willy and Nicolas Cage had a big battle. Nicolas Cage won. He put everyone in the bin, and then the 2 people arrived in mourning, the guy who was fixing his car and Diggity Dome. And they were like, holy shit, here's your car back. We're surprised. We're so grateful. We might actually reopen the place now. We're going to put a bull in, like an animatronic bull ride thing, and then the siren ripped out of the bin bag and blew up their car, killing herself in the motion. The girl came back to Nicolas Cage, and he gave her like his punch drink, like his punch power drink, and they drove off, and the turtle was injured walking back to Willy's all sad, and they ran him over and blew him up. And that was Willy's Wonderland. It wasn't scary. None of it scared me. The jump scares weren't scary. The animatronics were decent, I guess. They weren't really animatronics. They looked more like mascot suits. And I have no idea what the mascot suits had in common. There was a turtle, a siren, a chameleon. What else is there? A knight, a ferret, a gorilla, a crocodile. There's like 2 jungle animals, 2 farm animals, a random knight and a random fairy. I don't know what they had in common. It must have just been like, hey, what the kids like, make that the main characters. Don't care how they meet, what they have in common, just make them the main characters. So that's how they were there. The acting was shit. All the actors here were very terrible. They wasn't that good at acting. it was all quite predictable as well, and it followed the same sort of plot as you clean, kill an animatronic, go on break. Clean, kill an animatronic, go on break. And that was the pattern throughout the whole film. And it got repetitive and it got boring. My girlfriend liked this a lot more than Five Nights at Freddy's. I much preferred Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm not going to lie. The action and the gore in this was incredible. I liked all the action and gore. It just, the CGI in it was shit. The acting was shit. And the animatronics looked decent. The story was okay. I just wish Nicolas Cage spoke a little bit more, because like that's where all the budget went. You could absolutely tell by this movie where all the budget went. It was straight on Nicolas Cage. He was the sort of highlight of the movie. He was the one killing all these animatronics. He was the main man. But it was cool how he was taking them all on, but it was weird how all the townspeople didn't try that. Like, none of them really tried to fight back. I don't know why Nicolas Cage was the only one that seemed to fight back and win. Even when the teens tried to fight back, they did fuck all. It was just Nicolas Cage. And he was doing some of the same shit that they were doing, and it still... He managed to do it. He managed to pull it off. I guess he just had some cool-ass powers. But I guess he's adopted that girl now, after her parents were actually put into Willy's and murdered and eaten. I quite liked the animatronics. I thought they were quite cool. They all had their own little personalities, which was nice. They did have a big cast, and they killed them off quite quickly. We didn't really get time to get to know the teens that well. We sort of got the basic gist of them. We had the nerd, the jock, the girlfriend, the simp, and the funny one. That was literally the friend group, and they all died. So they were pointless characters. The purpose that they served was introducing us to the animatronics, getting some more blood and gore out of it, letting the animatronics go loose, and basically murder. But yeah, other than the place looking absolutely grim and me hating to clean it, not gonna lie, I would have probably been eaten. I wouldn't have known what to do against a big metal machine. So there's that. But the story was weak. The cultists sort of transporting their soul to the animatronics. I mean, it's nothing different to Five Nights at Freddy's. Murderer killing kids, putting their souls in the animatronics. It's sort of a other way around. The killers put themselves in instead of the kids in. But it's just... I don't know, it just seemed like it had a really low budget. And they blew all the budget on Nicolas Cage, which I don't think was a wise way to spend your budget. There's so many other things you could have put the budget on, like other better actors for the other members, like Liv, the angsty teen. Her actor was shit. I really didn't like her acting, and it kept throwing me out. She was sort of speaking like a robot for the whole film with very little emotion. We got this gif from Nicolas Cage as he was dancing. I don't know if this was worth the film, but it's quite funny, not gonna lie. I was laughing when he was doing this. This film didn't scare me like I thought it would. I just want an actual animatronic horror with good jump scares and good gore. But no, this is like a Five Nights at Freddy's ripoff that somehow got made before Five Nights at Freddy's. And it's exclusive on Amazon Prime, so you can watch it there. You can buy it on YouTube as well if you really wanted to. But I don't think it's worth buying. I am going to give it a 5 out of 10. Like, it's literally just one lower than Five Nights at Freddy's. I have a bias to Five Nights at Freddy's. I think the characters are a lot better, and the characters were a lot better fleshed out in that film. In this one, they weren't that fleshed out, but the gore was a lot better. And I don't really like just a gory movie. I want some story and some lore and some plot to it as well. And the plot wasn't that interesting. The actors really threw me out of it on this one. The actors were really shit. I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to emphasize that so much. The actors were so bad in this film. I got compared to one of them as well. The dude with the long hair and the beard, that was a simp. My girlfriend kept saying, that's you. And I'm like, thanks, wonderful. I get killed by a chameleon. I get strangled by a chameleon because I trusted her. Thank you. But, yeah, that was it. That's Willy's Wonderland. Do with that information what you will. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed. See you all next one. Have a nice day, and goodbye.